Yeah, kind of disappointing night, but just really worried about Dean and Urias, and then especially him getting like tipped with the nose, and then now the ankle after that. It's got to cross our fingers and just hope that we can just stay healthy down the stretch.
I know it's happening with pretty much every team, but do you still find yourself asking, like, what else could possibly happen with this club?
If you really look at the big picture, you do. But then as you look around the league and look at all the other injuries that are happening, just got to stay afloat and next man up mentality.
You guys showed a lot of good defense earlier in the season, but maybe the last few weeks kind of slipped in that regard. Do you feel like guys are pressing, maybe showing frustration from offense on defense?
I think with the youth it happens, guys take their offense to defense sometimes, but it's a long season, and the youth that we have and the age of these guys, a lot of these guys, this is their second year playing this many games in a row. So we've got to be smart how we play guys, and Hyder does a really good job communicating with the guys, so hopefully it pays off down the stretch.
Speaking of youth, how do you feel like Calzer has done in his first full season up here?
It's been really impressive. I mean, if you guys know Calzer like I do, his personality, really upbeat, energetic. But again, it takes his toll playing every single day. But I think he's learning how to play baseball in the big leagues right now as well.
What do you feel like he's made the most progress on this year?
Just adjustments at the plate, the growth of learning from the veterans like Santander. Behind the scenes, he's always asking questions, paying attention. So it's been a really positive year for him so far.
Kobe Mayo's here, and obviously can play the corner infield. But there's been some talk about looking at him in the outfield. Would you anticipate working with him? And if you do, where do you even begin with a player who's trying that position for the first time? Like, what are the basics we even start with?
I don't think we're at that point yet. Usually Hyder will come to me and let me know to start introducing him to the outfield. But strictly right now, he's an infielder. He's been working really hard behind the scenes, at third base. So I'm excited to see him come back. I think going down gives him a little breather, and to come back now and hopefully hit the ground running.
But we do have a guy who's anybody, not just Mo, but it's new to that position. Where do you even start with them?
I think, first of all, I just look to see what type of athlete he is. And I've watched him in spring training and move around, and I don't think he'd have any problem going out there if that was the case.
What stood out to you? You've had some young guys and two new outfields on this road trip that are very unique in how they play. Has there been anything that's kind of caught your attention?
Not really. You speaking of who now? Of
outfield, just taking on Dodger Stadium in here, and that's a place they haven't been before.
Yeah, and it's not just the outfield. I mean, when we were in Dodger Stadium, I looked around, and not any of the guys who started that first game had ever played in Dodger Stadium. So just the speed of the field, kind of real similar to San Diego. The fan base, the noise, I mean, that's a Major League Baseball game right there. So, I mean, it was good for us to experience that, and I know we're going to be better for it down the road.
To go back to Calzer for a quick second, how do you feel like he's handled that left field wall at Camden Yards, and what about his skill set that makes him such a prolific fielder?
Yeah, I think he's a legit center fielder that can go play in the corners. And anytime you can get three center fielders on the same field, it's going to make the defense a lot better. But he's adjusting. I know he's played a lot of center in the minor leagues, but that left field is like no other. I mean, you just have to drop your head and keep going and going, but he does a really good job. Obviously losing Austin Hayes, who I thought was excellent out there, he's picked up the pace.